Ladies and gentlemen, Life with the Lyons. And now we'd like you to meet the Lyons family.
I'm Richard Lyon.
I'm Margaret Lyon.
I'm Ben Lyons.
And I'm Bebe Daniels Lyons.
And here's the Lyons family in. Is there a doctor in the house?
Oh, Ben, come on down to breakfast, dear.
I'll be down in a minute, honey.
Go ahead and eat your breakfast, kids.
Mother, is it Aggie's day off again?
No, Barbara, but she doesn't like being awakened until after 11 o'clock. Did you take her tea up to her yet, Richard?
Yes, Mom.
I still don't see why she has to have every morning in bed.
What's the matter, Barbara? Don't like my cooking?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful. Shall I put these doilies under the plates?
Those are not doilies. Those are my pancakes, and you know it. Richard, you aren't eating a thing.
How intelligent of me.
Excuse me?
I'm not hungry. Honest, Mom.
Oh,
I'm
stop
not.
stalling. Both of you, eat your breakfast.
All right, Mother. Pass the lettuce, Richard.
Well, you'd think I was starving you both half to death. There's plenty to eat besides lettuce, dear. Richard, eat your codfish.
I can't.
Why?
Because it's got such sad eyes.
It has not. I don't know what I'm going to do with you two, honestly.
Why isn't Daddy down to breakfast, Mother?
He's smart.
Excuse me?
I said he's smart to rest when he has a day off.
Oh, you did not. I heard what you said, son. And he's not resting. He's still very upset about that publicity he got from those cakes.
Oh, you mean because he won first prize for making those funny cakes?
Yes, and since then he hasn't slept well, he doesn't eat, and he hasn't kissed me once at all this week.
He hasn't, Mom?
No, and when you're used to being kissed once a week, you kind of miss it.
Yeah.
Now, quiet, kids. Here he comes.
Oh, good morning, dear. Good morning, kids.
Good morning, Daddy.
Hiya, Pop.
Sit down, darling. I have a wonderful breakfast for you. Pancakes.
Oh, I don't feel like eating.
Oh, Ben, you must. You haven't touched your breakfast in a whole week. I don't think those pancakes will last any longer.
Never live it down, darn those cakes.
Oh, don't be like that, dear. All great men have their ups and downs. Ever since Disraeli put his coat down for Queen Elizabeth.
Bebe, that was Sir Walter Raleigh.
Oh, all right then. Ever since Disraeli put his coat down for Sir Walter Raleigh.
Bebe, you've got the wrong man.
Oh, no, I haven't. You're the only man for me.
All right, just forget it.
Oh, cheer up, Pop. Think of the nice job you've got. Not every man can be a film executive.
Well, maybe I haven't got a job. Mr. Fox hasn't renewed my contract yet. I really don't think he's going to.
Well, that's just because he can't make up his mind. He's undecided.
Oh, I heard what he said. He said rather than sign me up again, he'd shoot himself or jump out a window.
Well, there you see, he's undecided.
Now, look, let's just don't talk about it.
Oh, I know what'll cheer you up, darling. You are going to love this. It's a joke that I heard at the beauty parlor while I was having my hair done.
Oh.
Okay, it seems there was a traveling salesman, and he stopped at a farmer's house. Well, the farmer had a beautiful daughter, so after supper, they went in the living room. Oh, my. Well, that's all I heard. I had to go into the dryer.
That's a wonderful joke. Yeah, that's just great.
Oh, do you feel better now, dear?
Well, I'm a little weak from laughing, but I'm better. Yeah.
Good.
Say, Dad, what'll happen if Mr. Fox doesn't renew your contract? Are we going to be poor?
No, we'll be all right. I think I got it all figured out. I'm going to go back on stage.
Oh, Ben, the people will never forgive you.
Oh, no, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to discourage me. No, my mind's made up. I'm going to go back into acting, and that is final.
Where's your father, children?
He's studying his new act in the den.
Well, I'm going to change all that. Wouldn't you be proud of your father if he was a doctor?
What are you talking about, Mother?
Well, when he was young, he studied to be a doctor.
Yes, but that was for only 6 months.
Well, nevertheless, I'm sure the reason that he isn't happy at his work is because he was born to be a doctor. So I sent his handwriting to a phrenologist.
Mom, a phrenologist is a man who reads bumps.
Yes, have you seen your father's handwriting lately?
How did you find out about this specialist, Mom?
Well, I saw an ad in the paper for it, so I sent in a dime. Let me find the important bit of this letter. Now, hang on. Oh, here it is. I have read your husband's handwriting with great interest. It reveals a true public-spirited humanitarian who is eager to help his fellow man. He is definitely cut out to be a doctor. See?
You found all that information for a dime?
Yeah.
Well, maybe if you'd sent him a quarter, he'd have been a specialist.
My new friend, Brian Hanweathers, he's a medical student. I think doctors are romantic. There's something about them that is just so overpowering.
That's the smell of the disinfectant.
Oh, you are so common.
And you are so silly.
I would not lower myself to that remark. You're completely illiterate.
Oh, sure I'm illiterate, and I'm proud of it. Not everybody can be a good literate.
You don't even know what the word means.
I don't have to know. It sounds good.
Why, you little...
Quiet, you two, quiet. I'm trying to learn my new act.
Run along, kids, will you? I'd like to talk to your father about, you know.
Okay, Mother. Good luck.
We're with you, Mom.
Thanks.
What's all the mystery about here?
Oh, nothing, darling. I was just thinking. You know, a man with your brains should do an important job. Maybe like a doctor. You studied to be a doctor once. Why'd you give it up?
Because I learned I wasn't cut out to be one.
Oh, you're wrong, Ben. You're the sort of man to give a sick person confidence.
Oh, no, baby. I haven't got that soothing touch that sends people off to sleep.
Well, how can you say that after what you did to that audience in Rhode Island?
Even so, I couldn't be a doctor. You gotta go to school to be a doctor. You have to go to school for 7 years.
Well, then you're practically a doctor. You've already been to school for 6.
Look, what's all this silly talk about?
It isn't silly, darling. I sent your handwriting to an expert. And you know what? He agrees with me. You're in the wrong business. You should continue your medical studies.
Now, that's just about the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard. Now, even if I wanted to be a doctor, now I couldn't. I'm too old.
Well, how old are you?
Same age as you.
So since when is 33 too old?
Just forget it, honey. Just forget it.
Oh,
The show business is my true profession. So let's just don't talk anymore about this doctor nonsense.
all right, dear. I won't say another word. I'm just going to go run next door to Florrie's.
All right, just don't stay all day.
I won't, doctor.
Hello, Bebe.
Hello, Florrie. Have you heard the news about Ben?
You poor darling. What's he done now?
Oh, he hasn't done anything. He hadn't even agreed yet. But I'll tell you, because you're my best friend, he's going to be a doctor.
Oh, that. Richard and Barbara already told me about that.
Well, tonight I'm going to the hospital and offer his services.
Oh, Bebe. I hate to disillusion you, but he hasn't got a chance. He couldn't even be a witch doctor.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You just bring him a sick witch and he'll show you.
Barbara! Where's your mom?
She's next door at Mrs. Wainwright's.
All right, well, you and Richard, come over here and sit down. I want you to listen to some jokes I'm putting into my new act.
I'd love to, Dad, but I gotta go do my homework.
Yeah, and I have to go clean my bedroom.
You can do that later. Now, come on. I want you to look. See what you think about this new joke. Here we go. Man went into a restaurant, and he asked what was on the menu. And the waiter said, well, we have a nice crab dressing. And the man said, well, I can't wait for him to dress, so bring him in naked. Well, what'd you think about that one, Barbara?
Yes, Daddy, I'm sure it's very funny.
What about it, Richard? What'd you think?
Yeah, funny, Pop. Ha ha.
It's good. Look, here's a better one. Funny thing happened to me today. I went to a wooden wedding.
Two poles got married.
Say, you kids are right up on the latest jokes, aren't you?
Oh, Mr. Lyon, will you be in for dinner tonight?
Yeah, Aggie, I will. I got to get all my props and my makeup together. I'm going back on stage.
Well, that's real nice to know.
Yeah, thank you.
People will certainly be glad to hear that, Mr. Lyon.
Well, thank you.
I'm looking forward to hearing the old jokes again. There's nothing like the old jokes.
Well, listen, Aggie, why don't you come over and sit down and listen to my new routine?
Oh, I'd just love to.
Move over, kids. Move over and let Aggie sit down. Here's a new one for you, Aggie. I say to the audience, speaking of physical culture, I'm taking listens by post, and guess what they're doing for me?
Oh, they're gonna send you your muscles next week. Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you're a very funny man, Mr. Lyon. You know, you're nearly as funny as some of the Scottish comedians.
Which ones do you mean?
Oh, you know them all. Mick McOliver, Jimmy McCambada, and Arthur McEnglish.
Yeah, well, sure, okay. Come on now, just come on, everybody. Get comfortable. Stop fidgeting, Richard. Quit. I'm going to do my whole routine for you. Right all the way through. All right, here we go. Hiya, folks. Speaking of hotels and...
Saved by the Bell.
What?
That's swell.
Oh, sorry. Gosh, I got to get those chimes fixed on my next day off. Oh, well, hello, George. Come on in.
Oh, hello, funny cakes.
Yeah, cut that out, George.
I was only joking.
Well, don't. Sit down.
Oh, sorry, Skippy, old boy.
Mr. Wainwright, Pop's going back into acting.
Acting?
That's right. He's going to try out his whole act right now.
Well, I've enjoyed our talk, Ben. I'll see you later.
George, don't go. I want you to hear my opening routine. It's terrific. Yeah. Oh, hello, Bebe. Hello, Florrie. You're just in time.
For what?
Well, I'm going to do my variety act.
Oh, no. Goodbye, Ben.
Now, stop clowning.
Oh, Mr. Lyon, how are you going to finish your act? I think you should sing a wee song. You know the one, Busy Line. Barbara, Richard, will you give me a little accompaniment?
Sure, Aggie.
You know, this is the song Rose Murphy sings, but I sing it without me foot. I put a nickel in the telephone and dialed my baby's number and got a busy line. I've got a bag of nickels in the phone and dialed my baby's number and got a busy line.
What's the matter with you, Skippy?
I don't know what he's squawking about. I didn't sit on him. I was just singing.
Maybe he'd rather have you sit on him.
Well, that's a nice thing to say. Now, look, everybody, why don't you just be quiet while I do my act? Now, here goes. Hiya, folks. There's a man went into a restaurant.
We have got to get out of here.
The man said, well, you can't wait for the dress, so why don't you just bring him in naked? We'll just do that. What y'all think about it? Well, and where'd everybody go? Well, at least you didn't leave, Skippy. How'd you like my act? Skippy!
Oh, Ben!
Quiet, honey, quiet. I'm on the telephone.
Sorry.
Talking to Val Purnell. Oh, hello, Val. Yeah, Val, say this is Ben. Hey, look, Val, I'm going to go back on stage, and I thought maybe you'd like to book my act. Yeah, what? Oh, yeah, I've got my act written down. Yeah, 2 little books, sure. Got them right here in my pocket. Oh, no, I won't lose it, Val. I won't. I promise.
Ben, will you stop kissing the phone?
Quiet. Oh, no, not you, sir. No. No, yes, sir. No. Oh, I will, yeah. Oh, goodbye.
Well, you sure told him.
Don't be funny. He just told me he'd get me a date, but he wants me to try my act out somewhere first. He wants me to do my finale in my cat costume, so I gotta go try and find it.
Why are you putting on your coat, Mother?
I've got to get over to the hospital quick if I'm going to save your father.
Gee, is Daddy sick?
No, but he will be if he goes back into acting. Your father is going to be a doctor whether he likes it or not.
Paging Dr. Connors to room 135. Dr. Connors to room 135.
Oh, excuse me, nurse. Is this the general hospital?
It is. May I help you?
Yes, I'd like to offer my husband services.
Is he a doctor?
Well, he's going to be.
Well, has he taken medicine?
Oh, yes, every morning.
Well, perhaps you'd better talk to Dr. Parker. He's the head of our research department.
Oh, yes.
You'll find him in the experimental laboratory down the hall.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
How is your experiment coming along, Dr. Parker?
I've gone as far as I can, Dr. Ronald. I've tested the serum on guinea pigs and monkeys, but I can't find a man to volunteer.
Well, exactly what will the serum do?
If it works, it will mean man will live to be 100.
Oh, yes. And if it doesn't?
I don't know. That's why I can't get a volunteer. I've offered money. This morning I advertised in the newspapers. I'm afraid there isn't a man brave enough to risk it. Come in.
Dr. Parker?
Why, yes.
I'm Mrs. Lyon. I'd like to offer my husband services.
Oh, as a volunteer?
Yes. Can you use him?
Oh, can we? Amazing, isn't it, Doctor?
Quite extraordinary.
Just sit down, Mrs. Lyon. Now tell me, why didn't your husband call in person?
Well, he's very busy.
I see. Can you fill out his slip?
No, he's much bigger than I am. Oh, I see. Yes, I can. I'm sorry.
His name?
Ben Lyon.
Wait. I mean, how much does he weigh?
Oh, I'm not sure. Sometimes he weighs as little as 160, and sometimes as much as 180.
Well, I'll put it somewhere around the middle.
Yeah, that's where he puts it.
Height?
6'1" and 4'2" in his stocking feet.
What? 4'2" in his stocking feet?
Yes, he always sits down when he takes his boots off.
I see. Now, one more question about his physical condition. Are his nerves steady?
I don't know.
How long have you been married to him?
20 years.
Steady nerves. Well, that'll be all, Mrs. Lyons. Thank you.
Well, and thank you, Dr. Parker. My husband will be right over after dinner. So you see, Florrie, I was right. He goes to work tonight in the biggest hospital in New England.
I still can't get over it. What kind of job is he gonna do?
Well, I don't quite know. It's in an experimental lab.
Well, that's where they work with microbes and bacteria. I hope he doesn't bring any home.
Look, Florrie, he may be broke, but he's not a stealer.
Forget it. Why are we whispering?
Shh! Ben's in the next room. I want him to get used to real hospital conditions.
Oh, well, how does he like the idea of working in a hospital?
Oh, I haven't told him yet. I'm going to have to trick him into doing it. But once he gets there, his instinct will do the rest.
Well, you better start tricking because here he comes.
Okay.
Bebe. Oh, Bebe.
Hey.
Can't find my... Oh, hello, Florrie.
Hello, Ben.
What's the matter, Florrie? Don't tell me you lost your voice, I hope.
Well, as I was saying, Florrie, they wanted Ben to do his act at the General Hospital, but I said, no, doctor. My husband doesn't have time to do his act at your hospital.
Now, wait, just a minute, Bebe. Wait, somebody wants me to do my act and you turn them down?
Well, certainly. Dr. Parker called up from General Hospital and he seems to think your act would help the patients.
Well, he's right. Put a nickel in a telephone. Dizzy line.
You know, Florrie, maybe the doctor's right. Ben's voice is soothing. Kind of like an anesthetic.
Yeah, when Ben gets to the hospital, they'll have a real dope.
You know what? That's a terrific idea. I can try out all my new stuff on the patients there. Just find out what clicks. Now, where do I find this Dr. Parker?
At the General Hospital. I'll call him and tell him you'll be around later tonight.
Yeah, thanks, honey. I tell you what, I'm going to go upstairs and get my stuff together. And put a nickel in the telephone.
I hated to trick him, Florrie, but it's worth it. Someday he's going to be a great surgeon.
Well, if he is, it'll be the first time the ham ever did the carving.
Come in.
I said you can't put a haggis up a kill. Oh, excuse me, Miss Lyon. I'm Mr. Wimple's brother, Aloysius.
Well, how do you do, Aloysius? Come in.
I just come by to apologize for my brother.
Apologize for what?
Oh, for last week. You know, when you told my brother, Mr. Wimple, about your funny cake ending up on the ceiling, and he thought, well, I'm a little ashamed to say it, really. He thought you were a little wrong in the head.
Well, everybody can make a mistake.
Yes. You see, your daughter explained the whole thing, and I really feel proper ashamed of my old brother. It's like that time when he thought your old man had a slate loose. Well, I'd like to apologize to your old man, too, if he's about.
Well, you better hurry. He's getting ready to go to the hospital.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. What's the matter with him?
Oh, nothing physical.
Nothing physical?
No, and I'd rather not talk about it.
Well, you wouldn't then.
No, you see, he doesn't realize why he's going in.
Oh, doesn't he?
No, you see, he thinks he'll have all the nurses and doctors rolling in the aisles.
Rolling in the aisles?
Yes, so it's best not to delude him. When you talk to him, don't let him know, will you?
Oh, no. Perhaps maybe I oughtn't to disturb him.
Oh, no, he'll be glad to see you. He's upstairs in his bedroom. But I'm sorry I can't tell you exactly why we're going to the hospital.
Oh, don't worry. I can guess.
The Lyons family will be right back after this word from our sponsor.
Mary, I told John I wouldn't go out even if it was our anniversary.
What? And miss a chance to go out and not have to cook?
Well, it's my hands. They look just awful.
Well, I wonder if it could be the soap you're using, Gladys.
Do you really think it could be the soap?
Well, I really do. You need to get Ivory soap. It is absolutely the best. It has so many uses.
I will sure try it. I'll start right now with the lunch dishes. Oh, I sure hope this helps.
Well, Gladys, I'm just sure it will help. You let me know.
All right, bye-bye.
She's after the fabulous soap, Pure Mild Ivory. More doctors advise Ivory for the skin than any other soap. No more of that strong, hard stuff for her hands. She's going to change to Ivory soap, and before she knows it, she'll have hands that were meant to go places. Your hands can be ivory soft, too. Get that ivory look today.
And now back to Life with the Lyons.
Richard! Oh, Richard, where'd you put my cat costume?
The headpiece is in the little brown suitcase under the bed, and the skins are on the top of that chest of drawers.
Oh, I see. Yeah, thanks. Daggone it. I wonder where my tail is. Probably fell down back behind the chest. I'm going to crawl down under there and get it. This thing's getting closer to the floor. I'm getting weight. Gosh. Come
Hello, I'm Aloysius, Mr. Wimple's brother. I just dropped into... Oh, blimey, I could have sworn I heard somebody say, come in.
Well, I did.
Well, where are you?
I'm under the chest of drawers.
Well, what are you doing under there?
Looking for my tail.
What?
Never mind, I found it. Here, give me a hand up, will you?
Oh, sure.
Thanks. Oh.
Did you say you were looking for your tail?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I hate to lose it. You got no idea the laughs I get when I wag it.
Mr. Lyon, are you sure you're old hair?
Well, all but my tail. I got my skins. My head's in that little brown suitcase under the bed.
Your head?
Yeah. You should see it when my eyes light up. Boy, the people scream.
Starting to think that my brother was right. Do you feel all right, Mr. Lyon?
Well, of course I do. Yeah, don't be simple, Wimple. Hey, I made it funny. That was a good joke. I remember that one.
Why?
Well, maybe I can use it for tonight. I'm a little worried about tonight.
Oh, then you know.
No, I don't know. That's the problem. Even when I was right at the top, I was never sure. You know, I'm not right at the top now.
You're telling me. Now, take it easy, Mr. Lyon. Take it easy.
Take it easy? What if I lay an egg tonight?
Well, you can always scramble it.
Just wait a minute now. Stop being silly. Let me get all my things together.
Well, did you lose something else?
Yeah, somewhere in the bottom of this trunk's big red nose.
You have?
I got lots of them, but I like that one the best.
Oh. Well, I think it's about time I went.
Time for you to go?
Yes, but don't you worry. I'll send you some handkerchiefs in case you get a cold in your noses. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Who was that, Pop?
Aloysius Wimple. You know, Richard, I think he's just as peculiar as his brother. Well, come on, help me finish packing, will you? I got to get over to the hospital. Got a guy named Dr. Parker waiting for me.
The serum's all ready, Dr. Parker.
Good. Mr. Lyon should be here any minute.
You know, I can't understand why a married man should want to take such a risk.
Well, you should. You've met his wife. What? Now, remember, Ronald, you must treat this man with extreme care. He's very valuable to us.
Indeed, Doctor. Well, if he shows up, he'll be the bravest man I've ever met. Why, this serum could actually...
Come in.
Dr. Parker.
Yes?
My name is Ben Lyon.
Oh, my dear Mr. Lyon, I'm delighted to meet you. Now, do be careful not to trip over that mat. Careful. And mind your hand on that low lamp.
Yeah.
We must take very good care of you, Mr. Lyon. You mean so much to us.
Thank you.
I'll take your hat, Mr. Lyon.
Yes, and allow me to hang up your coat, Mr. Lyon. Good gracious, it's heavy.
Well, I'm still in it.
Oh, well, forgive me. It's just that we don't want you to exert yourself, sir.
Well, don't worry about me. I'm in the pink. Hey, I understand you want me for a little routine?
Did you hear that, Dr. Ronald? What a magnificent understatement.
Yes, magnificent. Almost British, in fact. But aren't you just a little bit nervous, Mr. Lyon?
Well, a little bit. I don't know why I should be. I've been doing this kind of stuff for years.
Well, I think you'll find today's job a little different. Yes, that's right, Mr. Lyon. Today you'll be taking the place of Dr. Parker's guinea pig.
That's nothing. Huh? Once I took the place of Professor Von Steiner's monkeys.
Oh.
You know I can't eat a banana to this day.
Dr. Ronald, before we start, I think we better check up on Mr. Lyon's physical condition.
Yes, very well. Your pulse, please, Mr. Lyon.
My pulse?
Yes.
Oh, well, here.
Well, very well. 1.
Do we have to bother with all this? I'm really raring to go.
No, I admire your spirit, but we must check your physical condition.
Why?
to make sure you don't die.
Oh, with my material, there's not a chance.
2.
Of course, we have hope.
Hope? Hope? Well, you better put me ahead of Bob. He's too tough to follow.
What a man, jesting at a time like this.
3.
By the way, Doctor, where am I going to do all my stuff?
In our theater.
You got a theater?
Yes, we've got the best equipped theater in New England.
Well, what about an audience?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Is it all right if all the available doctors and nurses watch?
Well, sure, the more the merrier. Yeah, the bigger the audience, the better I like it.
4.
Then you won't mind if the students stand in the back.
Oh, no, it'd be like old times. Standing room only. Put a nickel in the telephone.
Mr. Lyon, we can postpone if you're in pain.
Oh, no, I feel great.
5.
5 already? Oh, my pulse is fast today.
Have another cup of hot chocolate, Brian?
Oh, thanks. I'd love some.
I love birds.
Who's he?
That's my kid brother.
Oh.
Richard, I don't want you in here.
I don't care. It's my house too. Well, at least half mine.
Yeah, but you're in the wrong half. Now go away and leave us alone. How are things at the hospital, Brian? Do you like being a medical student?
Oh, grand. I say, that reminds me. We had a man up there tonight with the same name as your father's.
Oh, it was Daddy. He's gone up there to learn how to be a doctor.
Oh, this man couldn't have been your father. This man was a volunteer for a very dangerous experiment.
Really?
Yes, he was a very brave fellow. But he just kept humming some silly song like got a busy line.
Holy smoke! That is Pop!
Oh.
He must have been mistaken for a volunteer. We better get Mom and hurry to the hospital.
Okay, Richard.
Are you sure this is the right hospital, Mom?
Positively. Now hurry, kids. We haven't a second to lose.
Wait just a moment. Where the 3 of you think you're going?
To the experimental lab.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No one's allowed in there tonight except doctors and nurses.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Well, did you hear that, Dr. Richard?
Yes, Nurse Daniels. Come along, Sister Barbara.
Just a minute. You look awfully young to be a doctor.
Well, he had his face lifted. Come on, Richard.
Not so fast, if you please. Stay here while I go get the head nurse.
Well, Mr. Lyon, we're just about ready to begin.
Fine. Good voice today.
How's the pulse, Dr. Ronald?
I'm still taking it. 7.
Well, at least he's warm. Our audience is assembled, Mr. Lyon. Will you remove your clothes?
No, wait just a minute. Now, that's not the kind of act I do. You should have gone and gotten Gypsy Rose leave for that.
What courage, joking up to the last minute.
Now, come on, Mr. Lyon. Time's short. Now, take off your clothes.
Do I have to?
Yes.
All right, if you insist, but shouldn't we save that for a shot finish?
Mr. Lyon, remove your clothes.
All right. Please, at least give me a fan.
But Mrs. Lyon, the head nurse already explained all that.
Well, it's all my fault that my poor husband is in there.
I'm sorry, but I have strict orders.
Well, then tell the doctor to give me the serum. I love my husband. Let me take his place.
Oh, just a minute, madam. Here comes Dr. Parker and Dr. Ronald now.
What have you done with my husband, Dr. Parker?
Madam, I'm sorry to say the experiment has been a failure.
You mean that...
Oh, my poor Daddy. You mean it's over?
Yes, it's all over.
And my husband?
Mrs. Lyon, I hate to tell you this.
No.
But
But what?
Your husband is as nutty as a fruitcake.
Oh, my.
Did you give him the serum?
No, we couldn't catch him. He was running around telling jokes and singing with nothing on but his underwear.
Oh, isn't Daddy wonderful?
Finally, he did a song and dance, busy line, and knocked over a bottle of chloroform, and all the doctors and nurses went to sleep.
Are you sure it was the chloroform?
I don't know. But half an hour later, Mr. Lyons said they were a tough audience.
I think I'd better go in and get him.
Oh, did I hear my wife's voice? Did I hear Bebe? Oh, hey, Bebe. Hey, kids. Oh, gosh, let's go home. I can't do a thing without audience in there.
Well, honey, are you cured of wanting to go back to acting?
Yeah, but I still can't get over that awful audience. Gosh, they were so stiff.
Good night, Daddy. Gee, I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah, thank you, baby. Good night.
Say, Pop, if you ever do go back into acting, I'd like to be your manager, and I wouldn't charge you 10%.
Well, that's very nice of you, son.
No, I'll only charge you 12.
That's
my boy right there. Yes, sir. Good night, son.
Good night, Daddy.
Ben, you're not mad at me because I tried to make you be a doctor, are you?
No, honey, of course not. And you should be glad I'm not a doctor. Yeah, they work so hard, their wives get very little romance.
No burning kisses?
Nope, doctors don't have time for that. All their doctors' wives get is a fast peck on the cheek.
Well, then I'm glad you're not a doctor. Good night, dear.
Good night, honey.
Ben, kiss me again.
Okay.
Good night, doctor.
And that was Bebe Daniels and Ben Lyon with their children Barbara and Richard in Life with the Lyons. Also in the cast were Doris Rogers, Molly Ware, Ann Sari, David Enders, Derek Geiler, Robert Bryce, and Joan Frank. Script by Bebe Daniels, Bob Block, and Bill Harding. Orchestra conducted by Stanley Andrews, and incidental music written by Arthur Wilkins. Production by Tom Ronald. This is the BBC.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are sure appreciative of you and coming out to the Vineyard and supporting us, not only tonight, but all these past 10 years. Gosh, it's hard to believe it's been a decade. And not only buying tickets, but to all of our corporate sponsors and our donations people give us, whether it be monetary or in-kind or equipment. You know, you just do so much for us and make it so easy for us to make our shows enjoyable for everybody. We got one more little thing we want to do for you. We just want you to know that regardless how long KCAL exists, all of you will always be to us unforgettable.
Unforgettable, that's what you are.
Unforgettable, though near or far.
Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me never before. Has someone been more
Unforgettable in every way,
and forevermore That's how you'll stay.
That's how you'll stay.
That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable.